Hello, testing, testing. Hey, what's up? Kind of a lazy stream today, not really set up with webcam. So, the vice president. I remember that. Yeah, because Joe Biden accidentally said vice president, or was it an accident? Is it all a deep? Is it basically like Hollywood? No, it's real, but it's not real. If that makes any sense. I have no idea. I don't really pay attention to politics. How are you doing, cake and ice cream? What are we doing? Okay, I need to actually do something. I'm here with my brother. And basically what I need to do is we're in a battlefield where anybody can participate, and these are some pretty hard ones because it's in like rage mode. It's in rage mode. And so when it's in rage mode, these mobs are super hard. But he's got like an A team of 4. And I just got my trusts, basically. I mean, actually, yes, I just have my trusts. I need to hurry because if I don't take any action within the battlefield, like on a mob, I'm not gonna get any, rewards. Yeah, so that's kind of what we're doing. I'm not glued to social media right now because my life is just more important. So, you know, this is what I would have been doing probably if Trump didn't get shot. So why would I do anything different? Honestly, I really hope things don't go badly, you know. I just hope everyone's okay. I know that some people already died. One of them was the shooter. I'm not paying attention until there's a huge, big development or a big shift in the investigation. It's going to be a lot of stuff that's just people spouting nonsense on social media to stir the pot. People going crazy, getting all their emotions out. You know, it's like, you know, they're just getting all the cum out, you know. Sometimes you just gotta release, you know. And that's what they're doing. You know, people from all sides, whatever it might be, everybody is freaking on edge right now, and it's really kind of scary. More than, you know, it doesn't even matter who made the first shot, I think. Who even, like, I don't even think it mattered. If this had happened to Biden, if this had happened to Trump, I think it was just, this is like been, something like this has been cooking up for a while, and I've been scared about it, and it's like, fuck, I hope things go peacefully for whoever's involved, and I hope there's no, you know, civil unrest. But I can't really do anything about that, so we're just gonna play fucking video games like we always do, because I'm a professional loser, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not hurting anybody, I'm just playing video games. Leave me alone. I mean, my brother, he always needs me to help. No, I need his help, so I need to help him, so to make up for the fact that he carries me. Obviously, all hands on deck. A full set of trusts on the mobs makes them easier, so it helps him. Oh, now I'm paralyzed. Oh, I don't have majesty up. Oh, fuck. You use a remedy? I don't have one. God damn it. Oh, I cleared my inventory. Fuck. I only have 6. Where's my panacea? Oh, there's more remedies. Okay. Okay, gotta get majesty up. Oh. Yeah, I gotta get that. Get it up. Get it up, buddy. Get it up. Get up the remedy, come on. Get it up. Get the remedy up, come on, get it up. Sometimes you just can't get it up, you know? Oh shit, am I gonna die? Fuck. I'm not even fighting and I'm taking AoE damage. Fuck. It's more serious than Trump's ear. Honestly, yeah, as far as my life is concerned. This, I mean, I'm not joking about this shit, but honestly, yeah, it's kind of, what are we supposed to do, you know? We're just sitting here waiting for news to come in. So, you know, why always be on edge? Why always be having your emotions, you know, control me? I kind of started to see politics a lot differently, you know, maybe like a year or two ago, and I started to relax and just kind of see everything as like a Family Guy joke, or like, you know, it's serious, obviously, it's not like we're making light of it, but you have two choices. Like, you could just be on edge all the time, and let's be honest here, my brother is carrying me here, so I'm pretty much just along for the ride. I can tank them if I'm actually fighting, but I was trying to set up my microphone, so yeah. I can't talk super loud as I usually do. I usually talk very animatedly, but I'm in a different. I'm visiting my mom for a while, so it's a, you know, it's a different situation. I have to keep it down. But you know, we can still have fun and stream and stuff. But you know, I do have like my webcam and all that stuff, but I just didn't want to set it up just for Final Fantasy, so here we are. We're just I didn't even have the microphone on. Like when I turn on the game, I was just like, you know what, I could just play the game, but why not just go live, especially with what's going on in the news. Enemies will appear in under 1 minute. Yeah, there's a little cooldown in between. You can't spam them that fast. Yeah, so my brother has 4 characters. Bascone is Master Monk 45. I'm only Master Paladin 10. He has on Eve Valeria, Master Red Mage 43. Holy Man Stand, Master White Mage 26. And Kai-O is Master Geomancer 46. Pretty heavy gear too. I mean, let's take a look. I mean, he's got Karambit for this, I guess. He does have this Franai or whatever it's called. His monk is so goated. It's like insane. Like, he has like 80% counter rate. He can tank like pretty much anything that doesn't like one-shot monks, because monks can't really wear armor. But they have 80% counter rate, so it's good for some things. A lot better than Paladin. Paladin can take like anything, except for certain things. That's where like Rune Fencer or Ninja is like more of a kiter, but I think they can tank. I don't know, Paladin and Rune Fencer are pretty much the only tanks. but Ninja can tank on certain things, I guess, with heavy shadow, and they have enmity generation ninjutsu. I have not played Ninja on post eye level Final Fantasy 11, because we're in a post eye level situation ever since Seekers of Adulan added post 99 content. I had not played the game before then. Oh no. And Biscone. Uh-oh, they're crashing. That's the challenge. Yeah, so it's like, you know, I've been kind of just keeping to myself lately. That's why I haven't been streaming. I'm not really focused on streaming nowadays. Streaming is not really an important thing as far as my overall plan, so it's kind of just a chill spot, and I kind of like it that way. Because, you know, it's just my place where I can just kind of, I don't know, it's kind of fun. I like streaming. Streaming is fun. I don't really have like a compelling reason to stream, so that's why I don't really take it super seriously. But maybe that'll change one day. But right now I got other stuff building, and I gotta, you know, don't be racist, I am a building. Yeah, so what happened to the music? Did I turn it down all the way? Oh. What? Oh. What's happening? Oh. Oh, the music is just really soft. Okay. Yeah, it's just like, what happened to the music? It's like nothing happened to it. Oh, let me get the overlay. Oops. Let me get the overlay. Oops, wrong one. It's supposed to be the OCR. There you go. OC remix. Final Fantasy 7. Yeah, video games, let's face it, no matter what happens with our political stage, we all know we're just going to be logging into our video games and wasting our lives anyway, so who cares? Honestly, I mean, this is actually a pretty fucking big deal. I'm just kind of, I don't know, I've just kind of started seeing things differently the past couple of years. Everything kind of I stopped getting so emotionally invested into things that I hear about on the news. Like, this kind of barely phases me right now. I'm like, okay, like, what's gonna happen now? You know, it's kind of unsettling, but there's nothing I can really do about it, and worrying about it isn't gonna help. So, you know, playing a video game with my brother, you know, good quality time. This is what life's about. You know, this is, you know, my brother loves this game, and this game's always been a part of our lives for a long time, you know. I didn't play since like Wings of the Goddess. When they first raised the level cap and they added the add-on scenarios, I guess for Abyssia, I dipped because they weren't gonna release it on PS2, and so I just decided to quit playing. I'm like, okay, this is done. It was just kind of time. But then I came back later on Classic server in Nozomi, and then played there for like over the course of 4 years while I was going through college for music. It was a good thing to pass the time towards the end of my, stay at the college. I probably spent way too much time on it, but I don't know, it's a game that's close to my heart. And it's good to play, the post-99, the current era right now, the retail. So we're in retail right now, and it's kind of fun. I'm still trying to, build some gear sets and stuff. My gear sucks. I just have like what are these, the domain weapons? These are like the domain weapons, the Nixer, the Preven, and there's just like the, I forgot what Odyssean was from, but, the what's it called? What's it called? Ambuscade. Yeah, it's just like the ambuscade gear. That's all I have. I think this is like the ambuscades. No, this is like the Dominion sword. You get it with the Echo elixirs. I don't like the name. It sounds an awful lot close to another word. But I also need to stop being so sensitive. It's just the Nixer. I'm not going to pronounce it the other way. Okay. Anyway. Petrified. Well, my trusts are probably gonna die. Okay, oh no, looks like I'm soloing. My brother's not coming. Not yet, not yet. Yeah, that paralyzed, I forgot. Yeah, and I guess now it's his turn to not be present during the fight. Except I can't, I'm not as strong as his team. Oh, he's DCing again. There's that red dot of death. Eye of Sauron. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, I might be able to solo it. Don't, you gotta calm the fuck down. Gotta chompy the funk down. Chompy the funk down. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I don't really know what's going on. That's why kind of like I haven't really been streaming lately, because honestly, there's been a lot of stuff I just need to kind of explore on my own. And I'm happy to share some of it with you guys. Like some of it, you know, just kind of share where I've been mentally for, you know, these past 3 months, especially, you know, visiting my mom, you know, getting a huge distance away from my dad and from the trailer park, and I've been doing a lot of journaling. There's just been a lot of things on my mind, and there's been a weird feeling. It's not a bad feeling. It's just kind of a little bit something I'm not used to, which is good, because that's why I went through everything I went through. Finally getting the surgery, you know, obviously, you know, nothing comes without a cost. There is like a, you know, a toll that your body and your mind, you know, take, and I took that on very willingly. So it's not like I wasn't, it's not like that I was, you know, surprised. It was just that, like, okay, now it's time to deal with this feeling, whatever it is, because there's this feeling of like, okay, well, I've been, you know, this one identity for the past 5 years of being somebody who's been pursuing relentlessly a single goal, which was important for my life. And I'm glad I did it, that I got that surgery. All the surgeries I needed, my facial surgery and the bottom surgery. But who am I without that search? And that's a good thing, because I don't want to be identified as a person who's struggling. So it's a good thing, but I don't know what's there without it. So it's kind of a weird feeling. It's like a Stockholm syndrome. I wasn't really going to talk about this much online, because I've been trying to not share that kind of stuff, but I guess it's kind of an alt strain. I've been thinking about it and writing about it a lot, so I think, you know, whatever I'm willing to share is probably, you know, I'm going to keep it condensed and, you know, leave out a lot of details. I've had time to think about it, so I think I need to get into that habit of like pre-watching my own thoughts, I guess. Because what I do is I usually just blurt stuff out without thinking. And it's kind of cool because it gets you started, but at some point you got to slow down. And I'm at the slow down time. Not slow down as far as action, but slow down as far as thinking goes. I need to think less, not more. Because I know exactly what I need to be doing for like the next 5 years, pretty much. If not the rest of my life. It's a lot of work, but I know what it is. I know what to expect somewhat, and it's just a matter of doing it. And so, hey, my brain needs a fucking vacation. Okay? I don't need to think anymore. In fact, I didn't need to think before, but it was just, I didn't know how else I would survive without. That's why I streamed so much. That's why I typed so much on social media, like Discord and everything. That's why. That's why. It was a very trying time in my life, but I'm glad I went through it, because it means that I'm done. I'm not done with life, not by a long shot, but I'm done with that particular struggle. Is gone forever. There will never be a time in my life where I have to wait for vaginoplasty surgery. Not that kind. Not the primary kind. I've already had primary surgery, so that's there forever. Any future surgery down there would be, you know, a more routine one. And as far as like surgeries go, and it's very rare, and I don't anticipate myself needing it ever. I'm very diligent with my medical duties, but I'm trying to find out who I am without all that. The fact that I'm talking about this right now means that I still need time. I still need time. Yeah, so that's pretty much where my mind's been. I really don't know who I am. as far as like what I'm doing with my life. Like my external part of the least is, in my opinion, it's still important, but out of everything that makes us who we are, I actually think it's the least important thing is what other people, you know, think of us. It is important. It's very important to get along with people and be able to work together with people, which is something that's very important to me. But it's like now I have this troubling task of like, okay, well now what? I achieved this monumental goal that I thought I was never going to be able to get. But then when I finally saw it in sight, it became painful because I knew it was there, but it was just like, just a little longer, just a little longer, just a little longer. It was pretty painful, but I stuck through it, and I'm stronger for it, and I feel better. And yeah, I'm a little tender down there, but that goes with time, you know, strength, you know, training, exercise, working out on a regular basis. Everything's going to work out just great for me. And then I'm going to be able to actually be who I really am and not have anything hold me back anymore. I find myself dancing more. Like I find myself dancing more. Because now I don't have there was actually a physical anatomical worry about dancing and having a bulge, having something stick out. Like, yeah, I didn't have balls, you know, so it was easier to tuck, but it's still, you know, there was still a dick there. And so that made things like really difficult. It made things really difficult. I couldn't dance like I couldn't let my heart sing. I couldn't dance for joy. I was dancing out of like spite almost. It was really terrifying for a while. And then now that I'm on the other side of it, it's like I can actually see like just how powerful I am. So it's just kind of hard sometimes, you know. And the thing that I always keep in mind is I'm honest with myself, and I'm honest with situation and with reality. Some people might, and these thoughts do pass, and it's important to recognize them, because thoughts don't make reality. Actions make reality. But thoughts, everybody has these kind of thoughts, like, oh, you know, was it worth it? Do I regret it? I'm gonna have to say it was worth it 100%, and I will never regret it. I will never regret doing the best thing that I possibly could have done at the time, with the knowledge that I had and my own understanding of what my needs were. That I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that this is what I needed to move forward. And lo and behold, guess what? That's what it ended up being. That's exactly what it ended up being. And, you know, I was right. And having that confirmation that the decisions I make are not haphazard, that I need to trust myself, that I will do the diligence, the due diligence to make the correct decision no matter what the situation. And that I have the follow through to take the actions necessary to make it happen. And that, more than anything, like, and that's not even counting the gender dysphoria that's virtually been cured. I would say it's been cured. Not even thinking about that. Knowing that I did it. Knowing that when I set my mind to something, I succeed. Knowing that even when it gets bumpy, I keep trying because I know it's gonna work. Eventually. with the right situation, the right circumstance, the right skills. Things under my control. There are things outside of my control, so some of it is luck, but we can't control luck, but we can control situations where our luck is probably going to be higher. You know, if you run 10 miles every day for a year, you're probably going to have a better chance of getting lucky if someone's going to like chase you with their car than if somebody who didn't run every day for 10 miles a day for a year. So I'm never gonna regret doing something to make myself stronger. And I don't know, honestly, I don't even want to think about like, you know, okay, well, there's certain things that's like, okay, I just need to like not think about. There's just too many things that you could, you know, keep track of like, oh, like what things are actually like happening, you know, like always keeping track of like every single thing that people think about you, always trying to keep track of like all that stuff. It can drive you crazy. I mean, it's going to happen even if you try not to. So the best thing is to accept that it's a part of human nature to want to know what people are talking about them. It's not abnormal. It's a very normal behavior. Problem is how much of that is going to take over your life. And you get to decide that part. You can just detach from it emotionally. It's like, you know, I do that with social media. I do that with the news. Like, yeah, I think about things and the importance of them and, you know, what the implications are. But you can't find out what those truthfully are if you approach it with an emotional mindset. If you approach it, you blind yourself. And then you're gonna end up doing disservice to the problem you're trying to solve. And that's what I had to do. It was hard because I had to go in knowing that I was an absolute train wreck and that it was going to take years before the surgery would happen. But I knew that if I waited, it would only be longer. So I finally just decided to start it. And I could have backed out at any time, and I went all the way to the finish line for all my surgeries. I did it. And that makes me feel invincible. It makes me feel invincible. I understand, you know, there are limitations and there's reality and all that. But, you know, I just so happen to also get all this access to these resources. I got some resources that are like, I never had before. You know, a case manager, and someone's going to help me help find me an agent so I can start working, like really working, and then start building up, you know, my fans, because I have them and I know that they exist, and I know that there's a lot of people who are potential fans out there, and it's like infinite. And honestly, now I don't have to deal with that gender dysphoria that was getting in the way. It was also causing friction socially, but you know, that would be a problem that I could have gotten over if I didn't have the genital dysphoria. But I do, and now I don't, because I had the surgery. You know, it just means that I'm going to have to approach things different. Oh God, he keeps desync. You know, I have to approach life differently. But I think it's better, honestly. I don't even want to get into the technical reasons why I might do better now. I'm very aware of the situation that if people see a woman, they usually expect to see a vagina. And if they see a penis, it can make a lot of people uncomfortable. It makes me uncomfortable. It made me uncomfortable. And it no longer does, because now I know I will never have a penis ever again. So that is, you know, thank God that pain is over. is completely, like, I don't have to ever think about that ever again. Because it's never going to happen. I can just delete it. It's like I deleted gender dysphoria. I like, it's like you get all the, like, the same color blocks in, like, a puzzle game. You get them all in the same color, like in Tetris, or something, or you get all the blocks in a line in Tetris, and if you stack them up right, you can just get rid of, like, 4 lines all at once. Like, it was just like that. Oh shit, that person's fighting. I'm terrorized. Or stunned. Oh no! No! Oh, I have met the necessary. Okay. Yeah, that other guy finished him. Okay. Wait, what was that? Okay, no. Yeah, I don't even know what we're farming. We're like farming something. I mean, I'm getting all the pouches. I'll use them later. Oh, we're getting the dice. Yeah, we're trying to get the Frayed Sack D. We're trying to get that D, okay? Trying to get that D. Afraid that D sack. Yeah, we're trying to get that D sack. I swear, man, the people who made this game, they got something going on in their head, man. Yeah, it's rage. It's rage mode right now. So yeah, it's a weird place to be. I kind of have this, like, I'm kind of trying to soak it in. That's why it's kind of hard to live stream, because I'm just so... It's hard to get away from a habit, but at the same time, it feels like I'm doing this by habit rather than... And I don't like that. I mean, it's good, but it's also... I want, as far as my... I need to process what happened mentally. It's been 3 months and it's still needing to be processed. It might take the rest of my life, and that's honestly, that was the goal. So, you know, at some point I think things will start to hit an equilibrium of some sort, and I can just kind of move on and I'll forget all this. Like, not forget it, but like, you know, it's not going to be the forefront of my mind all the time. Right now it is, because it's still only been 3 months. There's no way I'm going to be able to tank whatever this guy is. What is he? Yes, a samurai. He probably has good gear. Well, no, it's a fresh master level samurai. But he seems to be really geared up. It's... Yeah, he's got afterglow. Oof, triple damage. Yeah, he's got Rima and shit. Yeah, he's got some gear. That explains some things. Cause he's soloing this shit. I'm gonna try to tank. Okay. All is not lost. I'll try to tank. Still laughing that this person said vice president and yeah, the vice president has been shot in the ear. Yeah, the vice president Trump, according to Biden. Jeez, it's not a time joke, honestly. It is though. It's the internet. And honestly, even if it weren't the internet, this is just kind of a. It's serious, but you know, life goes on. There's time, you know, to grieve. There's time to like there's never a time to panic. You should never panic. Never get like over, you know, obviously emotions happen. I would never get mad at somebody for not being emotional. Like some people process things differently, and I'm starting to. Which is kind of interesting. It's like my whole life I've been very emotionally regulated. Now I'm more logically, kind of more just, not logically oriented, but like more like evidence-based logic. Like I'm going based on like things that I can control and things that I have evidence of. I have lots of evidence why I can be very successful once I have the resources, because I don't know, it's just there's things that I have evidence of that maybe other people won't see, because you don't see all the stuff that's happening as a whole. Some people, they might only see my social media and they think I'm just like a Twitch streamer. Like if you just look at my Twitch stream, I'm probably a failure. But I'm not just my internet stuff. I'm not just, you know, I'm not just my social media. I'm not just my career. I'm not just what I do for a living. I'm not just one thing. And there's a lot of things that you don't get on the internet. So if you like look at my social media, you don't get anywhere near like the whole picture. And I see it because I see the whole picture because I live it. And it's easy for me to keep going because I have plenty of evidence saying this is something I need to keep doing. You know, when you have evidence that says it's working, it may not be working in some ways. Like right now, I'm not really making any money, but I'm getting started up again, and it's going to take some time. I'm still recovering from a monumental surgery. Still very early. Takes, if I'm going to be real, it takes about a year, from what I've heard. But honestly, things are already getting pretty decent as far as like, you know, things are good. It's just a little sore, but that gets better over time, like it already has. But I don't need to talk about my genitals anymore. It's kind of inappropriate. The only reason I talked about them so much before, and even now, it's still like it's becoming less of a medical thing. It's becoming more of a personal thing. And so I feel like, you know, I can see it happening, even if it's not right away. I could see myself being able to shift to the next step of my life, to being who I am and not just my medical needs, being more than just a medical patient, being more than just a trans person, being more than just somebody who's undergoing trans medicine. I am much more than that, and I can see a reality now, because now I can even just I've experienced it already, where I just had thoughts, and the thoughts weren't infinitely associated with my experience that I was going through. Like my thoughts were just thoughts, like normal creative thoughts. And it's like, I can have creative thoughts now. What kind of content can I pull off now? And it's more than just content, because content is still the least important thing in my life. My job is the least important thing in my life. But if that is significantly improved, think about the cascading effect of every other part of my life improving significantly more. If like the like quote unquote most meaningless parts of my life, like, you know, my social media and, you know, my content creation, all that, those things are important, but compared to the rest of my life, like, you know, the stuff that really matters in life, like people you love and all that kind of stuff. I don't want to get into it too much. I'm just gonna kind of just gonna leave you with this, is that, you know, I've been in a rough situation for so long, and now it's starting to be a huge reality that things are going to start to work out. I'm going to start getting work, like actual work, real work. And it might not be a ton of money at first, but even if it was $1 fucking an hour, I don't care. Because it's a step in the right direction. And it's only going to improve as I go. I'm going to learn more. I'm going to get better. I'm going to get more opportunities as I improve. These things are true. And they're true whether or not I believe them or not. They're definitely true whether other people believe it or not. So I know that it's true. So even when my resolve wavers, I still succeed. Because I know what has to be done. Even if I hate it. Even if I absolutely was miserable and was like fearing what would happen about my surgery. I did not feel any kind of fear of regret going into the surgery. But even if I was like, you know, second guessing, I'd be like, you know what? I spent 5 years pursuing this and I'm going to do it anyway. Because I'm not going to get here and then, you know, turn around at the finish line. I made my decision 5 years ago. It has already been made, and it made it so much easier for me to do it. And it wasn't even that hard. I jumped right onto the table, and I was eager to get started. I was like, let's go. I was like, let's do this. I was like laughing with the doctors and all the other people. Like, we were all talking and smiling. It was a great memory. And then I had the surgery, and then I was just in insane, agonizing pain, but I was happy. I was happy probably for the first time in my life. Like, I was in searing, absolutely tormental, hellish pain, okay? Compared to anything else I've had in life. There probably are worse things. Like, you know, it's the worst thing I've experienced. Like, you know, I'm sure people like, you know, dying of dysentery probably experience much more pain. Or something like that, you know. But for me, it was the most hellish pain I've ever had. For at least, like, a month. But, I mean, it got easier every day. But those first 3 days in the hospital, that was rough. That was rough. And the passage of time was almost non-existent, because all I was experiencing was the pain. But the pain actually it was a double-edged sword, because it reminded, you know, in the good way, it reminded me that this is real, that I did this thing, that I'm never going to forget that I did this thing. And so in a way, it was a huge spiritual awakening for me, that I'm like, I am stronger than this pain. I am stronger than my struggle. I am stronger than my situation. I will survive. I will make it. I will be stronger at the end of it. Because I know it's true. And nobody can prove to me, nobody can tell me otherwise now. If there was even a remote chance that someone could have made me quit at my life, at whatever I'm doing, whether it was surgery or whether it's my career goals, if there was ever a doubt before, there's zero doubt now. Nobody can change my mind. I am, you know, I guess a lost cause. If you're going to try to tell me to quit content creation or quit being, you know, a model or an actress or whatever, there is zero chance that I will ever do what you ask. Zero. Because I know otherwise. I know the truth. Is that I will go to whatever limits it takes. Whatever limits it takes to get what I need. I absolutely will not stop. I absolutely will not stop. I am a winner. You only lose if you stop. And when you have evidence that says you can win, and when you didn't have that evidence when you started, then you know that there's going to be more evidence that you can win. And you know that you're going to do whatever it takes to make that evidence. Yeah, that's basically it. It's getting to the point where, you know, the reason I'm streaming less is because there's really not much. I'm not in a state of, you know, making content right now. I don't really feel like I have to talk as much as well. But I do enjoy streaming. I think it's good to keep up, you know. And remind myself later. I can go through the VOD and, you know, clip some of it, and then I'll be able to go through it and remind myself of my past victories. That's what Twitch has done for me. That's how I set it up. I set it up so that I could record parts of my life that I was working through, so that later, even if at the moment it seems dumb, I can go back to the clips later and say, oh, that's where my mind was at that time. Those are the kind of things I was talking about. That's the kind of attitude I had. Those were everything about my clips and my videos and everything is evidence that I can succeed. That instead of being lazy and doing nothing, I did something. And it was a whole lot of somethings. Like a whole lot of somethings. And yeah, maybe it doesn't make the best content, but you know, that can change. Now that I'm kind of freed up mentally, I'm finally emancipated from gender dysphoria, I feel free. I feel like I might actually make content that people want to watch, that I want to watch. Mainly, I like making content even if nobody else watches it, because it's a clip that I can like remind myself, oh yeah, it otherwise would have been lost forever. No, yeah, I do miss out on opportunities sometimes, but if you really think about it, I'm doing my best to make opportunities to, you know, grow, you know, the more important parts of my life. But content creation is going to be ramping up over the next couple of years. Professional work and getting more resources, getting more connections. Yeah, you know, other people might feel like I, you know, wasted time or whatever, but I assure you, there has been absolutely no real wasted time that I've spent on stream or anything, because I was doing stuff. You know, I've been working on stuff outside of streaming. Stuff that I haven't shared with anybody, really. And the thing, you know, I shared a lot of it, though. It's all kind of like stuff that you can't really quantify. It's the kind of... I had to build myself into the kind of person who can handle the career path that I chose for myself. And until I did that, I don't think it would have been possible to do what I'm about to be doing, which is working with somebody who's going to help me find an agent and then start actual work as a model and as an actress. Like, it can actually happen. Now more than ever. Because now I'm not on my own. I already knew it was going to happen one way or another. Now I have like a team of people who are really behind me and have the power of resources behind them. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I might, you know, play later, but that'll be off stream, I think. Anyway, stay safe. Make sure to not engage in any kind of violent thoughts or behavior. I know that this time is really crazy right now with what's going on in the news. What's going on with the presidential election. It's absolutely scary right now, and it's not because of those two people necessarily. It's because of the unrest that is going on right now. I just really hope that we're not going to get something infinitely worse than January 6th. Because there's a lot of unrest right now, and there's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of things that could really go wrong when there's unrest. When people are this on edge. And especially if dangerous people are on edge, it's scary. Now more than ever, we have to love each other, no matter what their beliefs. You know, no violence. Violence is never the answer. I would rather talk to somebody who hated me than hurt somebody. Because at least when you talk to somebody, you might be able to come to an equilibrium. You might be able to help that person understand. And you might be able to understand how to protect yourself from people, those thoughts, from those opinions. But if somebody is harmed physically, you've already lost. Because now the conversation is probably not going to ever happen. You know, as much as I hate what Trump represents, as much as I hate all of that, and what Project 2025, especially, how dangerous that is, as much as I hate that, I want to deal with that, you know, on the political stage, not on the fucking battlefield. Because if you just put a bullet through your problems, then the problem is going to come back. We're in a situation where we need to use our words, because if you just use bullets, someone else will take their place, and it'll be the exact same problem or worse. You might lose progress, but that never really happens. There's always another day to talk. Okay? There's always another day to talk. Talking does not kill anybody. That's why freedom of speech is the most important. But freedom of speech has implications and responsibilities. For example, shooting somebody is not a protected First Amendment right. That's why guns are dangerous, which is why if you don't respect the First Amendment, you have no right to the Second Amendment. Without the First Amendment, the Second Amendment is just dangerous. Because if you don't respect that First Amendment, that with freedom of speech comes a responsibility, you know, to uphold that freedom. And if anything you say or do undermines that, you've already lost. But at least with somebody who has lost that way, you could always still talk to them. The conversation isn't over. And now I'm kind of just, I'm very concerned for what happens next here. I'm very concerned, and I'm just scared, actually. But I'm just gonna do my thing. I'm gonna be as happy as I can. I'm gonna enjoy my life, because that's all any of us can do. You know, we could glue ourselves to social media or to the news for 12 hours straight and not really get anything of any value from it. Or we could be happy. We could live our lives. Be kind to each other. Now more than ever. If somebody votes for, is a Trump supporter, be there for them, because they're scared. And this might be the chance for them to finally understand what's been going on, because they're not stupid. I mean, they're not bad people all the time. They're just very naive, and they're very uninformed or misinformed. And now more than ever, they're going to need you, because if you denounce them now, you might never get them back, because now, you know, their hero, Donald Trump, has been a target, and now they're going to be scared more than ever. And for our own safety, you need to not antagonize them. Don't make the problem worse. Violence does not solve anything. Use your words or get the fuck out of there and stop talking to the people that cause you harm. You know, unless you're like me, I do this for sport, okay? Like, I deal with uncomfortable thoughts for fun, okay? I love it. It makes me stronger. I feed on it. I'm like, yes, people are, you know, getting heated up about an argument on the internet. Like, that excites me, because it means potential engagement. But also, it means the conversation, more importantly, it means the conversation might move forward. On accident sometimes. Usually what happens on Twitter is it's just my answer is right, your answer is wrong, and it just goes back and forth. But every now and then there's a little bit of an accidental progress. And now more than ever, it's our responsibility to be kind and receptive to people who are going to be confused, because I think these people were ready to denounce Trump a long time ago, and right now it's a very huge tipping point. It's a huge tipping point for these people. Their world is going to be shattered. And the question is like, are you going to be there to laugh at them and say, I told you so? Or are you going to, you know, because you could have easily been in their situation too. If you were, you know, if you had the right situation, if you had the right misinformation fed to you at the right time, you could, you know, in some cases people used to be Trump supporters and then they left. And, you know, you should give these people the space to grow that you had. I just want everybody else to have the space to grow that I had. And you know, the cool thing is I don't have to, I can still live my life simultaneously as that happens. I don't have to leave the earth. I don't have to leave the planet just for everybody else to have the same opportunities I have. So that's good. It means I get to actually live my life. But like I said, I do feel like a weird, I almost feel like a robot. But I know it's just because I'm processing emotions that I've never had before. And I'm old enough and experienced enough, which is more important. Not the age, but I'm wise enough, I guess, to hold on and not jump to conclusions about what these feelings are, because it's just I'm processing very, very, very new emotions and very new sensations, and my mind is gonna be, you know, processing it. And luckily I'm very experienced at processing difficult emotions, so now it's just a matter of basically just going like, you know, computing. It might be a while. Anyway, bye-bye. See ya.